Okay, shalom everyone. All right, this is not going to take too long here, but someone that was trying to uh, attempt to bring some edification on their and justify their name that they call the Messiah. Um, uh, they sent some information and they said, see, brother, Ishi. Ishi means Yasha. So I said, okay, really? Okay. Well, and I told them, I gave them the reference and told them what it meant, but they didn't want to listen because they'll attempt to say they can crush something, but then they'll just run away. So I'm going to go ahead and get this. This brother sent this here. This is from the Gathering of Christ Church, right? Okay, and this is their breakdown according to the name of the Messiah, the name of the Most High, right? So we're going to jump right into it here, and it says this is where they get the name Yeshua in Luke 147. But we already know Luke 131 precepts back to Isaiah 7 and 14, Emmanuel, right? So we're going to jump down here and it says, okay, so they examine the Hebrew in verse 47, right? And it says the conclusion is that Yeshua or Yeshua means my Savior. Okay, so that's their conclusion. And now it says, now let's get some of the precepts to confirm Messiah's name to be Yeshua. So this is supposed to be a precept to confirm their conclusion, right? So it says right here, Hosea 2:16. I highlight that right there. Hosea 2:16, and it shall be in that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, H3469, and call me no longer Bailey, H1180. Here we go. H3469. Yishi from H3467, saving Jishi, name of 4 Israelites, Ishi, right? Okay. Now, we have a problem with that. Okay? We have a problem with that. Because actually, if you go into Hosea 2:16, the Ishi that is there is H367, right? And there's another Ishi in, or in one example, First Chronicles 2 and 31, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at the Strongs really quick. As you can see, looking at the Strong's Concordance, Ishi, the Ishi of Hosea 2:16 is 367. The Ishi, which is a name of a man in First Chronicles 2:31, 4:20, 4:42, and 5:24, that means save. That goes back to 3469. So you can't use Hosea 2:16 to say that you're going to be able to call on that name as Yasha. Okay? Now let's take a look at the scriptures to confirm really quick. Okay, we are in the Old Testament. We are in Hosea chapter 2, and we're going down to verse 16. And it shall be in that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi, and shalt call me no longer Bailey. Now, first of all, this is not going back to a name here, right? Ishi actually means husband. Bailey means Lord or master. This is in reference to the children of Israel wanting to do the law and keep the law in their hearts versus being forced to do it. Hence, Ishi, husband, as you can read in the Revelations, and also Bailey, master or Lord. Okay, so we're going to get this here. This says Ishi. All right, notice Ishi, contracted from 582, perhaps rather unused root meaning extent. A man as an individual or a male person, often used as an adjunct and more different term, in which cases frequently not expressed in translation. Also another man, a certain champion, consent, each, every one, fellow, foot, husband, man, good, great, mighty, man, high degree, him, that is, husband, man, kind, none, one, people, person, steward, what man soever, whosoever, worthy, compare HO2. Ishi actually means husband in this concept here, and it is H367. Okay. Now we're going to Second Chronicles 2 and 31. I'm sorry, First Chronicles 2 and 31. And the sons of Apiam, Ishi, and the sons of Ishi, Shashan, and the children of Shashan, Halai. So this Ishi here is your H3469. That's the Ishi that goes back to save, not Hosea 2:16. So you can't use that. Okay. So once again, any edification that tries to be brought forth and they try to use Ishi for that, it doesn't work because you're using the wrong reference. It's the same thing in English, ISHI, but it's two different things in the Hebrew. Okay. Now let's go ahead and confirm that again. Let's get etymology. Let's go to Ishi. And this is www.publications.com. Okay, and it's for etymology. Okay, so we have Ishi here, right? Notice the Hebrew. It says the names Ishi and Ishi are two completely different Hebrew names that both purely by accident translate to Ishi in English. And here's the Ishi in Hosea 2:16. And down here is the Ishi in Second Chronicles 2 and 31. So again, H3469 is only reference to First Chronicles 2 and 31. Okay. And let's get something on top of that. So now we know that the wrong reference was used to make a conclusion on the name of the Messiah, as they so chose to pick out of the Bible. Now, let's go to, what do you want to do next? Let's go back to the Bible. Let's see if that makes any sense. So we got one thing. This is not referring to a name. It's referring to actually referencing the Messiah as a husband versus Lord or Master. Two, the references are wrong in the Hebrew.
Time ago.
Nope, wrong again.
He's alive, and I'll show him to you.
Three, let's check. Let's go back to Hosea 2:16. So going back to Hosea, let me close this out. Going to chapter 2 and verse 16. Because we have a problem here. And it shall be in that day, saith the Lord, that thou shalt call me Ishi and shall call me no longer Bailey, right? Okay. Let's jump up. When does this happen? Verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. There's a problem.
Time ago.
Nope, wrong again.
We're not in the wilderness. Shalom.